It's 22.5.
It's
All right.
36.
Oh, wow.
$36
million. And how much can talent get?
0. You're here for free. You guys getting paid?
I might make a team next year.
Make a comeback, Chris.
Yo, Nade Shot, you need a partner? Let's talk a little bit about our club championship standings, though, because Nade Shot's team surprised everyone with Valorant.
Correct.
But this is supposed to be their best team.
Yeah, and 100 Thieves already getting 1,000 points. So basically the gist is, if you win a title, you get 1,000 points. Right now, Falcons is sitting very pretty at the top with 2,800 points in total because they won one game so far, which is very much important. But they have 20 teams competing across the 24 titles. So
it feels like they put the most chips on the roulette wheel. Yeah, they've got a lot on the line here. AGAL was the big surprise for me. I know they're representing China, right?
Correct. I mean, they have 17 teams competing out of 24, so that's a lot.
But to be already at 2,600 points is a statement. I felt like they weren't on the podium last year. This year, they're the big ones. But G2 Esports, they dropped the ball the biggest. Yeah. They won Warzone. Their team was in top 8. Ginny, they did a roster change. It didn't qualify for club points in this game.
No, that's all they got, 1,000 points. I mean, for Valorant as well, when we're looking at G2, it was a disappointment. So was it for League of Legends. They had a really good performance at MSI. I mean, they beat T1 in MSI. And then you come here and you don't even get top 8.
So 100 Thieves, I've been cheering for them. FaZe Clan, of course, I've been cheering for. But Gentlemates, I know somebody has been exceptionally loud for. His hair curls a little extra special every time they're on screen. Talk to me a little bit about why you have faith in their Call of Duty roster, and not just the Call of Duty, the Rocket League roster that plays on this stage next week.
He's putting you on the spot.
Well, I think that the Gentlemates themselves, obviously, they put a lot of backing into those rosters. They've, of course, been on the hunt for some of those style sides, especially with the shifting out of CS and kind of moving into the other esports more considerably. The Warzone team, of course, getting that top 5 position, and that's a Battle Royale is just a very kind of anything can happen on the day type of esport. Whereas I look at Call of Duty, I look at Rocket League, it's settling things straight down. It's one-on-one, but most often the Gentlemates Rocket League team has actually been pretty damn good through the year. Had some relatively disappointing performances at points through the year, but they've got an opportunity there to walk away with a ton of points. And here, yes, it's a tough bracket, but you still got to expect them to be one of the favorites with a crowd like this.
Yeah, it's in front of your home crowd. You're in Paris, right? So they got to be feeling good. But yeah, I'll just focus on the Falcons one. They have a chance to win the whole thing. You heard Ben and Zuma talking a little bit about it. Like, this is the best roster they have had all year long.
You're saying their Call of Duty team can add another 1,000 points?
Yes, they have a chance to win this whole tournament and get 1,000 points, which would put it pretty out of reach for a lot of these teams, right?
I mean, AJL right now is in the finals as well for HOK. It's literally 3-3. It's a best of 7. So
all right, so walk me through this.
That could work out too. And they have another player competing in like 10 minutes on Tekken 8, also a semifinal.
That ends today, right?
Yeah, it does. And a lot of people saying that there's a world where they win both today, which would be crazy.
Question. I don't know much about HOK. 3-3 in a best of 7. How long is that as a series?
It's like a 20-minute game.
God dang.
Okay.
So, you know.
Not that bad.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
Not that bad. You ain't there for 6 hours, but you were there for a minute. Here's a look at some of the highlights along the way. Is this a Asian-dominated game? Is this global?
Correct.
How have we seen so far?
So HOK is a game that has actually been released in China years before it was released to the West. So right now, it's just Chinese teams' domination. KG is another Chinese team. They're going up against HAL in the finals. China is so dominant that when they came to EWC, they told every team, if you can take a map off of one of our teams, we'll give you 10 grand. If you can take a series,
I hear that, I'm retired.
We'll give you 100 grand.
I'm going to a new game.
Nobody won anything.
The team is putting a bounty on themselves.
Yes. Yes.
That's outrageous.
They're like, the prize money is guaranteed. We'll give you a piece of it.
You're like, here, you get a map, 10 grand for you. You get a series, you can have 100 grand. You know what? No worries.
Yeah,
Is that why Rain Day is allowed to wear a tie? These people with that kind of money over there? No ties allowed in the Call of Duty universe, we were told. Yeah, the talent manager said no ties, guys. Let's keep it casual.
Insane. Seeing how packed it is, by the way, over there. You talk about it being dominated over in Asia. Of course, we're on the other side of the world, but the fans have made their journey to back their teams in. Absolutely wonderful stuff. And my lord, that trophy is actually stunning.
We need to have a huge cosplay competition across all 4 of the stages, because last week we had so many Overwatch characters. Today feels like everyone is cosplaying as Ghost. It's kind of the same.
We have 4 of them
from Call of Duty. One had a beret though, so I knew she was French. If I was going to cosplay, I think it'd be Anthony Wheeler. I'd grow a beard for a day. I'd say, Mind blown.
I would pay
Egregious.
wonderful money.
Egregious.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or I dress up as Rosalie for a day. I feel like that'd be really fun. Anyway, we'll talk about that stuff later. In the meantime, we got a minute 30, I'm told, till the stage is ready. I heard that like 30 minutes ago, though.
Yeah.
So is the audio actually fixed? I bet it is. And let's talk where we're at, where we're going, to remind folks what we've been waiting on. This is the second quarterfinal of a 4-match day. So we saw one go to a game 7. What's the realistic expectations knowing it's the first of 4 wins?
Yeah, I mean, the realistic expectation is a competitive series. I mean, these guys have teamed together before. We were talking about the Koi guys and Scrap on the other side. 100 Thieves have been unbelievable throughout this season, have definitely had a better performance than Koi, but Koi are playing well in this tournament. They can go to bat with them if Insight continues that level of play.
I think it's an interesting one, as you bring up there as well, is it feels like a while ago, but Scrap, of course, was the franchise man for Koi for so long. He was part of their academy side. He very much came through that pipeline. I wonder, I would love a penny for the thoughts of the Koi fans when they look at that ball on the other side of the stage up against them. It must be a tough, bit of a bitter pill to swallow, really looking at just how good he is.
No one thought 100 Thieves would lose back at COD Champs. No one thought that Koi would be able to power into the top 3 at Birmingham. Here we are with both teams fighting for their spot in the Final 4. It's time to find out who is going to power into the semifinals live in the STC Arena. Let's get it going to the stage.
Wow, wow, wow. What a way to start the day, even though I'm sure that everyone wasn't looking forward to that G2 Heretics game and maybe wasn't super looking forward to it. I am sure that this game is going to be remembered everywhere.
And nobody going to bed tonight. We like to start as we mean to go on, and we saw a 7-map series. It was a banger, and we saw Heretics lock in that first semi-final spot.
Heretics sont vos premiers demi-finalistes. Vous l'avez donc compris. And what I'm glad that we got able to witness as well is that being a trash talker can sometimes backfire. And I know that we're in for a treat with that next game when it comes to talking trash. Moi, j'aime bien le fait de voir que quand on a une grande bouche sur Call of Duty, ça peut parfois se retourner contre nous.
Yeah, could we be about to witness another case of be careful what you wish for?
Ian, I feel like the ghosts are calling.
Okay.
Hello? Sounds like our quarter final is ready.
It's ready.
Over.
Let's do it. Over.
Starting with 100 Thieves! They came to Paris stacked with superstars, and so far they've played like it. They took down Boston, then they went 5 maps with the defending champions Optic, and they sent them into the lower brackets. Hydra, playing in front of his French crowd. Hydra, le petit prince, the 100 Thieves, ready for the fight.
Let's welcome their opponents. It's Movie Star Koi! Koi's season could have ended yesterday. Instead, they sent Cloud9 home and bought themselves another day as this crowd boos their hearts out, waiting for them on stage. A very familiar face. Insight and Scrap spent years together in Toronto. They won together, they lost together. They know each other's game. And these two teams are ready to fight for a semi-final.
Ce sont ceux que la France adule face à ceux que la France boue. 100 Thieves versus Koi is about to start. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for it.
Once again, these two men face off. They absolutely blew up the timeline yesterday, and they have one more opportunity, Scrap and Insight, to get into each other's heads in front of this packed crowd in Paris. Scrap, what do you want to say to this guy?
Yeah, no, they're looking good, looking fantastic. Might be a little nervous playing them, to be honest. He knows that's not fucking true. Come on now, I'm not nervous at all. Let's go.
I mean, this guy's terrible. Just load me into the map and we're about to see what's going to happen.
Listen, you guys know each other so well, former teammates. I've got to ask, what do you think his biggest weakness is?
Biggest weakness? When someone's challenging him, bro. He's just shitting himself.
He has no idea what's going on. That's what's going on there in that head.
Guys, shake hands. Cannot wait for this semi-final. I'm leaving it there. Let's get it on.
Yeah, that's one way to go about it. Oh, my goodness. The talk from last night could come up a little bit cheap. But anytime we've had Scrap take on a rival at a stage like this, it feels like the words don't need to be spoken. But taking a look here, Jay, Scrap, Kips, this could be a monster head-to-head considering what we have for a map pool.
Yeah, that's insane to see. You got a rookie going up against a very experienced veteran in Scrap, some of the top players on both of their organizations. But this is a matchup full of history, full of chemistry between each other. Former players that were playing together in the challenger level to start off the season are the number 2 rookie on the year. And then you know the history between Scrap, Insight, and Kleenex. Those guys were on that Ultra lineup back in the day. Hoisted a couple trophies, but they want to be able to take down the other one on the opposite side of that stage.
Without question, that's the case. 100 Thieves are coming in looking primed and ready, though, shaking off all of the jitters and all of the underperformances that we had seen in Vegas. Paris has bred a very different look. On the other front, though, Insight is welcoming the booze and the other words that we can't say on the air. He is singing a song to it. Toronto have been by far playing their best COD on the year. Taking a look at the hard point to get us kicked off, we will be starting on dead. This is poetry for both these two teams. They love it. They wanted to see it, and that means we're going to get a barn burner.
Yeah, and this is Thieves' map pick. They understand, okay, who we're playing against, Koi. They love Den everything, but so do we. So they are believing in themselves to start off the series.
Let's get this thing going. We've got our second quarter final, 100 Thieves versus Movie Star Koi, Den Hardpoint. Let's get it on. And why not start off with Hydra, who's already got a couple of Koi members in front of him, and he deals with the first. Following up behind that is Abizi. Kip's able to turn down one, but he's able to actually get a second. Hold on a second, and Kips will find three, but Abizi, the last one alive, will get time for Thieves.
And Abizi's usually been the guy historically on the season that's gotten the better of the Koi players. He's unbelievable ever since the NPC meta change has gone down, but if you are Koi, so far you are able to managing the hell out of it. You flip those spawns out, but there's still 25 seconds here.
Rotation all about what happens over towards the top left side of the minimap. And you can see that Thieves are very respectful of the fact that Movie Star Koi are very nearby. Trades come through, Hydra finds two. Kleenex middle of the map has help from Kips. Now the fight
found every kill.
Kips is doing it all. Want to talk about Rookie of the Year conversations. He is sitting here saying, that was mine, let me go get it.
Now there's only 5 seconds remaining at the P1. You're going to forfeit this if you are the Thieves, but it is going to be one player spawning all the way across the map. So you got to try to lock this down in a 3v4, and it's going to help when Neum finds that opening engagement, because you know you have your SMGs in towards the B2 in their happy place.
Yeah, this battle for spawns is everything, and actually the only option right now for Koi, with a couple of players spawning all the way out through the middle of the map, and they're not going to win anything. So 100 Thieves very comfortable. Quick pinch potentially to be developed here by Kips. He's instead going to make a route happen to allow Insight to spawn close by, but Hydra's well on the case, finding himself 3 in a row, and 100 Thieves are all over the time.
Yeah, you can see Thieves are more than willing to just give up those back spawns. Play tight from the front. Only 30 seconds remaining. You have 1 to 2 more good pushes at this if you are Movistar Koi, but the 2 initial gunfights do not go your way. Scrap already streaking on 5 in a row, and they're going to beat you to the punch of the rotation anew.
Yeah, absolutely flawless P2, and a little snap on to Kleenex to his low HP. That's going to allow Scrap to get not just the extra time, but maybe the Hellstorm with that. It'll be close. Very close. But on rotation, take a look at Abe. Sneaky position. Doesn't hold the trigger full. He gets damage in, but can't find the kill he needed. Finally, the collapse comes through. Movistar Koi will have a moment here at 3.
Yeah, Kips also shuts down Scraps. I don't think there's any Hellstorms that are going to come into play anytime soon. Koi desperately needed the response here. Look at the reads already coming in, but do we need the clutch up on the fight over towards Gobble? And it's been killed from start to finish. Another multi-kill, 4 in a row, and now you flip the spawn.
Unbelievable 1v3 right there from Kips. Has an opportunity for Koi to stay inside the hard point, but they need to play for Dojo. Let's take a fly Saudi and check in with the comms with Boogie Star Koi.
Outer right on me. Let's go, kid. Outer wide time. He's BK at the. BK weak. BK one shot. BK outer right. Outer right one shot. Absolute outer right. Back up. 2 BK, Dimmy. They're both challenge. Coming back. Challenge. I spawned there. They're already there. I spawned out. Come on, red. Cross absolute patio. Hearthstone 2. Hearthstone 2. Where? Patio one shot. Dead. Nice job, though. Dead! Nice! I have time, okay? The hit's fought. You're alone left. I'm out. Come back. This, farm me. Two swap, one shot. I'm back up. Below right, no blue stuff. I'm back. I have you right now. Patio, absolute. Close far lane down. One patio now. Mining patio. Patio, red. One shot, me dragon. Two. One absolute dragon. Back patio. In time, last guy. I spawned out front. Step. Only one side. They're gonna spawn close front on you.
Koi doing a pretty solid job of trying to play the macro game. Teams are just making it as difficult as they possibly can, though, every single hill.
Yeah, and it's always through the SMGs. Gunfights that they're not supposed to win. They're pulling them out of nowhere. Abizi now is blessed with an opportunity to spawn over towards the backside of Dragon because Koi have lost the spawns in the final 20 seconds. So you're going to give the Thieves the advantage that they want, potentially 50. Going into our second set of HP. Scrap with this NPC seemingly sometimes is too much to handle. But as we end our first sets, I'm definitely looking at Abe. This is the reason why Koi been looking so fantastic this weekend, because he's been outstanding. A 4-11 start. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. You still got time to work it out.
Yeah, problem is he was trying to use the hard point as his alarm system before he took his challenge. And he misses an opportunity. Now there's an opportunity for Abizi on the other front to come back on the flank. Inside mid-cut, able to find one, but not the other. That's 100 Thieves still soaking up time.
And they are not worried about Koi currently having those couches spawn. They are playing for the next wave. Kips opens up with the frag, so that's going to give you the early advantage. And that's going to allow the SMGs to just fly in and clean up the rest. Last man standing is going to be Abizi through mid-cut, but he's going to value his life until his teammates get close.
Got Abe on one side trying to zone players off.
What a play!
Unnoticed on the backside of couches. He's able to get a nade to the hard point as well, leaving Abe as the last one standing, and he doesn't anticipate Niam playing that close. Another moment where Koi is right about there to make the perfect read, but they miss one player and everything turns in favor of the Thieves.
Yeah, you're just probably not expecting Scrap to hit that route. Usually it's going to be Hydra or Abizi doing the dirty work, but Scrap has so much in his utility belt. A 60-point lead, and again, Thieves have the rotation over towards P2. They're going to try to overwhelm through couches, but no one looks left. Hydra pops a double. Advantage again for Thieves.
Yeah, I think that hit was anticipated. That Insight was going to be able to watch that lane. He does eventually pick it up and win the spawns around, but it comes at the cost of about 20 seconds. At P2, Hydra now just trying to finesse outside the hard point, able to find one back over towards couches. Scrap trying to get involved, but is a little late to the party, and that will now lead to Hydra trying to block spawns as we move over for this next break.
Yeah, Hydra just got these guys on their toes. Someone consistently having to watch the backside, and he's going to choose the timing of when he wants to commit. Gets the better of Abe. Spawns are now going to be a little bit scattered all around the map, but the break is good for Thieves.
Yeah, this has looked really good for Thieves, making the most out of even very difficult situations. Ooh, little team damage right there, but Thieves still in position to receive this next hit. Abizi kicks us off with first blood. Shots down low, make Hydra an opportunistic player to move in, but it's Niam who gets the final double. Then now all of a sudden, the lid is blown off this game. 100 Thieves well and fully in control.
Look at how fast the Rookie of the Year is. He gets the double at old time, and he's already off the rotation. Wins a massive one-on-one gunfight there, and now is going to set up Scrap for the bait and switch. This is a flawless sequence here from the Thieves, and the Rookie is the reason why. 4 in a row, almost lines up kill number 5, but that's the opposite. Rookie on the other side, giving a multi.
We needed that from Abe. Now to 9 and 17, he's not playing the hill. He is playing for these rotation kills, so he has to cash out on it. Abizi in the corner does not anticipate that Abe is still playing close. Scrap is also low. Abe thinking about it, has help nearby. Scrap damaging on the Bolt, able to find the first but not the second. Abe now all of a sudden on 4. Could be potentially close to streak with a couple of objective kills, but the big news here is that Koi can continue to fight for the hard point.
Yeah, but they desperately need to fight for some hard point time, because if you are Thieves, you are just keeping them away from it for so long, and every single time they're thinking that they're going to have a setup, they're not really getting it for a good chunk of it. So the final 15 seconds to close out the P3. You are in the heavy advantage now if you are Koi, with how much space you have already taken, with all 4 kills going down, and players in the position that they are in, but Inside loses a key one-on-one.
Yeah, that's tough. It's really a 3-man hit coming for Thieves, and Insight got a lot of it, just not all of it. And Abe, who went on 7, doesn't earn the Hellstorm. Oof. So now you got to do this the hard way. Trophy system is down here for Thieves. Player stuck in the corner. Nice. That's really well played by the Semtex to block the front door. And Koyer trying to wait to try to get a second set of spawns. And Insight will punish as Thieves are trying to reflip this. Insight for more. No, it's CleanX is able to find the kill. And that little push out for Thieves gets punished. And with that, Koy get the time.
It seemed like Thieves right there were a little bit hesitant. You just got 3 kills. The last man is standing towards the back. If you fire to get the trade instead of allowing that player off the respawn to pop a double, you spawn Koy all the way on the opposite side. But Koy are starting to rally. Abe's starting to turn up. Down by 50 and still going.
This is looking better here for Koy, even though it might not be necessarily defined as convincing. Abe in the corner, trying to do what he can to be the last one standing here for the back 15. Not quite able to do too much. CleanX going to give this one last effort, one last heave-ho, but he will drop to Hydra, who is now 23 and 19. Just about keeping pace with Neum. And it would exit from this second set of hills at about 190 to 129. It's now or nothing for Koy. You've got to win P1. You need to win the rotation to 2.
Yeah, you need to win some gunfights off the rotation, but they're already losing the initial 2. Thankfully, back-to-back rookie kills through mid-cut. Just to keep Thieves off of this time for now. It's been a 60-point difference, a majority of this entire map, number 1. But Koy is still managing to keep themselves in it.
Yum, yeah, well played. Sitting in the corner, trigger discipline allows it to turn that into 2, now 5 in a row. Looking for a Hellstorm, which could be an insurance policy here for Thieves. My! What a set of shots from Neum. Off the reload, off the regen. One more assist or any sort of damage at all would get him the Hellstorm. Waiting for his opportunity to strike. Knows he's got Abe up top. There's the damage. Does he get credit for the assist? No. He just does it to CleanX instead. Abe gets 2. Not able to get through Neum with the pistol, though. 8 in a row for the Rookie of the Year, and Thieves are cruising.
Oh, he finally is going to get shut down there from Insight. But again, in the final 15 seconds of the P1, Thieves were able to flip those spawns. So they're going to be initially in towards the P2. And I feel like all of the Thieves players have been rocking this NPC all map long.
Feels that way. Abe, CleanX, simply the first 2 eliminations. They need to break this in one fell swoop. Neum, last one left, he will fall. Can you get any zoning pressure over towards the rooftop? Try to stop the teams from being able to approach this early. No one blocks the back. You've got 2 players spawning up. You're going to get the awareness on that if you're Koy, but you're completely trapped up. CleanX, the last one alive, will fall, and Thieves now have win condition built.
That's so much trust between Hydra and the rest of his teammates. He understands it's a 2v2 on time. I'm going to continue to cut off the front. I trust you guys to win those one-on-ones. And you still have the win condition right in front of you. Team kills are not going to help. Hydra is still alive, but now it's going to be Hydra slowing it down.
You can sit here and play for whatever seconds Koy try to leave to pick up, but instead he will drop. Now the rotation over to Neum. Easy, the one in the way. Scrap able to assist. You take away the space, you pretty much win the game, and those kills will pretty much guarantee it right now. You have to run through this setup if you're Koy, now or never.
Got to go quick. It's all about finding the opening kill, but the BZ playing a credit angle finds the opening onto CleanX.
Not looking good. We're getting close to 240. Koy able to break past that first line of scrimmage. Scrap. The next one up, able to take down 1. That will limit the approach, but CleanX will find 1 to the middle map, leaving Hydra now by himself. Abizi trying to get back in off the respawn. Tough fight with Insight on the opposite side, and he will respect that. Back away for now, but the pinch is now being hit. Scrap right back into the time. Last couple of seconds could potentially come through right here, right now, and Scrap may just want to do it all himself, but he's got his long time doing now with Hydra to clean things up, and Thieves could take map 1.
There's too much pressure right there from the Thieves from start to finish. There had to be at least 1 to 2 lives where either Neum or Scrap were rocking that M15. Other than that, it was NPCs galore. Fly, trade, beat them to the punch, be consistent as hell in the final 15 seconds to flip them all the way across the map. And just a slow start there from Koy. They were continuously trying to catch up from the deficit of 60 points from start to finish of that game.
Yep.
But you know, when the Rookie of the Year, Neum, goes on that sequence, doesn't even need to invest the Hellstorm to call game on this one. It was only a matter of time before Thieves take the map.
Yeah, and it's just the first 2 sets of hills, you could look at it and say it is a battle for rotation. And both teams are making the exact right reads, the exact right plays. It's just even when Koy do win the spawns, they have such a tough time because of the speed to get into a position to block out any part of the front part of the hill. They're just continually being hit. And then as soon as you get developing hits from the front, all of a sudden there's someone on your flank. It's just they could never get the true zone around the hard point that they really wanted.
And that's due to what Thieves are just doing, man. All right, you're going to have one SMG player with another 3 SMG players approaching the front, but it's all a distraction play. If I'm going to apply so much pressure, the comms are going to be hectic as hell on the side of Koi, but it wasn't going to change anything. Too easy for Thieves.
Thieves able to strike first, and Lou is in the venue hanging out with Koi's biggest supporter and live streamer, Aroma.
I am in the venue indeed with the next COD pro player, coach, and now co-streamer for Toronto Koi, Aroma. Pleasure to have you here in Paris. Nice to meet you. I wanted to hear a little bit about your journey with Call of Duty, because you've been a player 2018, 2019, then a coach, then now a streamer. So can you tell me about that story and how does it feel, seeing filled up arenas in Europe for Call of Duty?
Yeah, so basically used to, mainly in challenges, maybe not so much professional, but towards the top. When I first started playing, then moved to Toronto in 2023, and now all of a sudden I'm here in Paris watching COD. It's been a wild one.
And it's amazing having you here, of course. De première question, effectivement, raconte-moi un peu ton histoire. Avec Call of, j'étais joueur de Challenger pendant longtemps. Ensuite, j'ai déménagé à Toronto en 2023. Et là, je me retrouve ici à Paris devant une arène pleine de fans de COD. Donc, c'est incroyable. And you might have heard that you guys are not very popular with the French crowd here in Paris. You've heard your guy inside getting booed, sometimes even worse. So I want to give you the opportunity of maybe fighting back. And do you want to say anything to the Frenchies here in the crowd?
I mean, Joe Deceives left us, and you've got worse. So, I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. You're about to get belt in your next series against Falcons.
Wow, I'm gonna have to translate that. Donc, vous le savez, quand ils sont pas très populaires ici en France, Inside qui se fait bouer, qui se fait même pire que ça, insulter. Qu'est-ce que tu veux leur dire? En vrai, vous nous avez pris Joe Deceives et depuis ça, vous êtes devenus nuls. Donc, en vrai de vrai, j'ai rien à vous dire et vous allez vous faire éteindre aujourd'hui une nouvelle fois. Ce ne sont pas les mots, ce ne sont pas mes mots, mais les siens. And last but not least, why are the boys coming back in that series? Give me one good reason.
I mean, that was their map pick. Ron had a slow start, but it is what it is. It's a best of 7. It's a long series. You saw what happened last time. Heretics went up 3-1, and we were all of a sudden at game 7. So.
You guys have the resilience?
Oh, of course. They're a resilient bunch. They've constantly slandered online, and yet they come out and prove people wrong. So.
We'll see. Merci en tout cas. Ouais, dernière question. Est-ce que tu penses que quand ils peuvent revenir, évidemment, online, on est super résilient. C'était leur map, c'était le premier pick. C'est OK. Happens. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Aroma, merci. And we're going to ask ourselves the question, can the Koi boys come back? And this is a caster. This is a question for our casters here. Thank you very much.
It's an interesting question simply due to the fact that the Hacienda coming up is a mystery bone here for Movistar Koi. On the other front, you look at what Niem has been able to do. He's been phenomenal in every single form. It's just, again, funny to watch him come into this team and immediately help improve their overload. And in the process, now all of a sudden his search and destroy numbers are looking off the charts.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. And you just saw what he did in that map number 1 in Hardpoint. So the rookie is finally looking in his final form. But this is where that curveball effect is going to potentially go down when you talk about the modes and the maps that we have coming up. The double Hasi is something that the Koi players, ever since they added the addition of Abe, have yet to play it. So there's no VOD review. There's no preparation that you can have on the side of the Thieves to get you ready for this map number 2. But this is where Koi potentially start their comeback with that unexpected to catch you off guard.
Got to have something set up for us because on the other front here, Thieves, well, they have not given this much of a look, but the times that they have, they've been able to win. Niem will find first blood by way of the Lambo. Thank you very much, Carbomb. So already a 4v3 early. Hydra sitting inside the connector. Smoke will put a little bit of focus here towards A, but again, with the 4v3, Thieves are happy to stack up, play trades.
And that was an insane nade from so far away there from the rookie. Okay, continue to have yourself some moments. Early 4v3, but Kleenex is able to find one. Still, the pressure is going to be here for the Thieves. Numbers advantage, Thieves.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent read to shut down the pinch faster than maybe the round would have ended. The problem now is Kip still has to work around this 1v2. Good timing.
Wait a minute.
He's going to find the first one. Maybe not as cleanly as he would have liked, but he's still able to get out of there. Now it's just Kips versus Niem. You want to put Rookie of the Year on the line for this 1v1?
I don't know if Niem's willing to do that, but
he's already earned it.
30 seconds left. Old teammates. Rookie of the Year versus the second in the category. Only 20 seconds left. Kips is going to be able to recover this bomb, and Niem is choosing to play the 50-50.
Yeah, he's just playing the pixel angle as he crosses through this threshold here. There you are. And Niam is going to find the easy freebie. That's a mature play right there. Yeah, he's got a little smile for it. Why not?
I know you like a book. I know you like the back of my head. You've been playing alongside that guy for quite some time. You've seen what he's capable of. You know that Kips loves to hit that bomb and grab it off the rotation and just play the mind games, but Niam was not going to be fooled. A fantastic opening round there from the Rook.
Yeah. It's a bold call to play that pixel peek, too, as a 1v1 clutch. Knowing that Kips likes to rewrap, woo, he goes long through P2. Different story, but not here, not in this universe. 3 in the round for Niam, including the opening set nade. Thieves now onto the attack. Going to spread the map just a touch, and Niam's going to toss just a little stun over through connector. Beezy trying to play for a pixel pick. I don't know if he actually saw the cross there from CleanX or not. Hard to say, but you can see for Koi, aggressive setup defensively.
Yeah, they have all of mid-map. The Thieves have yet to show face. Still a little bit hesitant on where they're going to start to approach. You see Scrap and Beezy slowly working their way up the rocks. They're going to try to cause a distraction on this side of the map, so eventually Hydra can work this late pinch. So if you are Kips, you got to choose the direction you're going to go.
You can see inside, he's still watching the long flank. They're just thinking there's no way Thieves are playing this slow that they're still in their spawn. But now the shots, the nades, all of it coming through. Beezy comes out. Kips able to find first blood on the Hydra on the other side of the map. So now you've got numbers here for Koi to re-attack this B site. Nice nade over the top. Also lands. So now it's down to Niam trying to hold the bottom bar. Not going to happen. Kips able to respond with 3 in the round of his own.
Okay, so it's the rookie popping 3 in the first round, and then it's the other rookie doing the same exact thing. It was a perfect play call there from the Thieves. I just thought Hydra was a little bit too quick on his approach on that late pinch. Because Kips knows who he's going up against. You know what Hydra likes to do. So the fact that you work the outskirts for the first blood, you catch Hydra with his pants down, and then this is a nade all the way across the map for kill number 2. And oh yeah, let me just work into bottom line and take care of Niam. All tied up.
Clean. Yeah, I get it. I think to a certain point too. I mean, Thieves are banking so much of, we haven't made any noise. We haven't thrown any utility. There's this thought process of maybe Hydra got through us somehow. You're right, that timing from Hydra is not quite able to navigate what could have been a late pinch situation. Kips tons of damage through the shutters, not quite able to find a first blood. We're going to stay 4v4 here early.
But at least for now, you have everything that you can work with if you are Koi. Hallway control, bottom, middle. Just got to choose wisely of where you're going to be able to spot at least one of these players at. I don't know if there's any trophy system that are yet going to come into play, but once they earn it, they're going to commit at B.
Oh, Kips able to find first blood, though. BZ shut down on that play, trying to exit through the office side. Hydra now playing the staircase. Does not see A, but sees the trophy come through. And wait, Bomb is not committed for the plant here. Hydra's in some trouble. Here comes a long pinch from CleanX, able to put some damage into Niam. But can they get these eliminations? Because as soon as they reset, the map starts to look a little bit different, but Insight watches the cross out. Hydra will fall. Bomb gets planted at B. Niam for the 1v4.
He's already going to be spotted. He's already going to be taken care of. This game plan right now from the Koi is just unexpected. They are aggressive every single round so far, and they're just not allowing Thieves to get into positions that they want to be in. You give up mid-map in the first 10 seconds. You know at that point, everything is for your taking. If you are Koi, you can do whatever the hell you want, but once Thieves have to try to make a move, knowing that you have all that space, you keep on catching them. So it's 2 rounds in a row now for Koi.
Yep, good stuff. I like the tempo, I like the pace that they're setting. It definitely feels like Thieves are trying to get a gauge for it with some of their setups that they've had to this point. Back-to-back rounds, so they've played very passive on their own right.
Yeah, because this is not a comfortable map for them now.
Yeah. Even though they're 3-1, they just haven't played it all that often, at least not in competitive form. How about this? Koi, aggressive through B. Stuns a little bit late here. Scrap has to get out of dodge. And as he chooses to move, he's going to get just enough cover from Niam and to get back into the play. What a heads-up play from Scrap. Trade number 1 comes through. Niam still pelting. Hydra wants to follow up on that damage. And CleanX is out of there trying to reset the 1v3.
They're potentially going to try to chase him down. But once you don't spot him at rock, take what is given to you. Get this bomb planted, but CleanX is going to throw a shoulder. He spotted in towards the garage. Bombs goes down, and this round became basically impossible.
Yeah, CleanX was hoping for a miracle laser beam right there. Nearly got it. Now has to work this likely through open. Going through office is not going to feel great. Tough fights. Semtex to clear off the right side. Doesn't get full clearance nor any tags. And then this is easy double shell high-low. No problem there for Thieves. Really bold play, though, for Scrap to get pushed out, caught with a stun out, and still pushes over to the opposite window from Fountain.
Yeah, they were just sick of getting pushed around.
Yeah.
There's a couple rounds in a row where you were just allowing COD to take all the map control in the first 10 seconds. So they say, screw this. We're going to do it this time to them. It's the bait and switch out of Scrap. Set up Neum for the first blood, and then the rookie just wall banging everyone through that hallway. Allows his SMGs to keep their advantage, to press their advantage. Put them in the 3v1, get it planted. Easy closeout round, tie game.
Next attack here for Koi. Looks like they want to keep the forward foot here and just move quickly. Largely playing over towards this secret hall position. Abe's already holding over towards Fireplace. Thieves are here. Abe looking to see if there's going to be any sort of forward challenge from the defense. None here initially. Little shoulder on the interior towards the window. No scouting there either. Bees is doing the exact same thing that Abe is doing.
But Abe with the bomb in his hand. He doesn't want to make the wrong move. Yeah. You already have Kleenex sitting at bottom Fountain. He's scouting everything. Lake pinches are being watched. We're watching the right side of the hallway. But neither team is willing to give up any info.
No. Well, here's a couple of attacks coming through. Abe able to find a BZ. Scrap, who rotated to be the only real defender over towards the B side of the map. Now all of a sudden is a little bit caught. He's able to find insight, and Kleenex is a little far away to be able to find the trade. Oh, big shutdown there. Piper coming up the staircase. Nearly able to turn the round in favor of Thieves, but instead it's Koi with a 3v1.
Scrap on the complete opposite side of the map, so bomb is going to get planted. And he will be able to spot them on the exit over that jump wall, but he's able to hit the wall bang, turn it into a 1v2. He should quickly fall. Koi just outclassed him, and it seems like Thieves are just getting antsy because you don't need to move there if you're a BZ, but the fact that he throws that shoulder in towards Secret, a couple shots go down, that's what sends in Abe for that first blood, and then it's a domino effect after that.
Yeah, it's tough because you're at that point in the round, and this is where that familiarity may be coming into play here, where you haven't seen anything since that initial little push-up towards open hall. Scrap bails out to give some sort of line of sight towards B, but he's so far back at office, he can't tell if they're actually there or not, so you need to find a secondary source of info, and a BZ gets punished for that. 0-4 for a BZ. 3-2 the count for Koi. Definitely feels like, even though this map has been tight, Koi have provided the control right now.
Great jump spot there from Scrap. I'm pretty sure he was able to spot one on the top of the fence, and Abe is not going to move. First blood goes to the MVP. And he has a second guy weak to potentially set up Hydra, but you're trying to put down cover fire to keep him alive, and that's too much cover fire. Team kills are not going to help. 1v4.
Yeah, Kleenex caught over towards Connector. Nothing there. Little jump peek, able to get the info, and then the brilliant shots onto Kips. Makes that round very simple. A little credit to Insight for helping out Thieves there in the round.
He just learned new things even at the final tournament of the year. I thought Abe was just going to put himself in position to at least try to contest Top Secret or also be able to scout towards the outer side of the fence, but he doesn't see Scrap. He gives up his life for free. And then in the 4v3, it's just easy to keep on putting down bullets, to set up your SMGs, to take those close gunfights, and we have a tie game again.
We do, yes, we do. Going back to the attack. They've shown us variety, hitting both sites now. It's going to be a 3-1 split with initial focus towards B. Defense will be close by. Scrap and Neum playing on the interior, though through windows will not have the ability to check the cross. They're going to be playing passively behind this. Neum looking for an angle. Insight will see him. And we're going to get the plan for the 4v4.
Just keep on playing so fast, allowing the plays to come to them. 40 seconds to go. Scrap is able to find that first blood. So now it's all on Kleenex working the late pinch.
Yeah, he's able to find one. Beautiful smoke to get him out of there. He'll survive. No trade. Secondary attempt. He's just going to make this play over through offense. You don't have to be the first one here if you're Kleenex. Abe now the one contesting the play over through open hall. Through rocks. Just kind of slips away, finds himself one. Kleenex will fall, though. Post plant becomes a little bit more vulnerable. And Abe is just making the clock look so strong, but you got to be able to lock down the alley. And 100 Thieves just burst their way through.
And Scrap finding that first blood to start off the engagements, even though Kleenex was able to work that late pinch, turn it into a 3v3, and basically stall on a lot of that game clock to go their way. It's Scrap who gets this one done. Second kill on the round. Know that he has a BZ alongside him. And a BZ finally gets a couple kills on the board for Thieves to take the lead.
It's only a matter of time. Is that enough to turn this map? over to Thieves. 4-3 the count. You go back to back here, you're feeling really good about your ability to close this one out with the variety of things that you could put together in your playbook. Koi looking to possibly stay aggressive still. They've got a heavy hit heading over towards the secret hall. They're going to try to bully out Hydra. It takes a lot, but they'll trade it 1-for-1. 3v3. Abeezy's got a wide open B site.
Yeah, that's a fantastic job there from Hydra.
Oh,
a lot of info gained, guaranteeing your one kill. And now Neum does get spotted on one side of the map, but the play is going to be on the opposite.
Okay, Neum does get spotted. I'm not sure if he initially got seen, but now he's tagged up to half HP, chasing his kips. They will meet each other, and Neum will have the upper hand again. 3v2. 30 seconds you have to find for this retake. Neum's going to play the late play.
Love this.
Kleenex has to do something heroic, and he's got to do it quickly. This is taking too long.
Yeah, Neum's just valuing his life so well, forcing these players to look for it, but it's going to turn into a one-on-one, 15 seconds.
Yeah, but Neum has got a really good position just to do a little shoulder check to check the bomb. And Kleenex, who's looking for the kill, is not going to have the right timing, not enough time to defuse, even if he were to have won the gunfight. 100 Thieves, 5-3 up.
Dude, this kid is making next-level plays. Is he a rookie or a vet? I can't really tell right now. The fact that he was the island player, gets the info, wins the gunfight he's probably not supposed to, and then just stalls out the time. Forces these players to look for him. And you know, once Kleenex pops his double, he's instantly looking at this mid door because that's where Neum should be coming from. But the reposition too strong, the clutch gene too strong. And now Thieves at game point.
Unbelievable back-to-back. Unbelievable. Just continues to do what feels like the improbable, not the impossible. Koi on the offense, showing some significant force today. The bomb is not a part of this play, though. A 2-2 split. Scrap over the top, going to get bullied out. Nice stun, connects, makes that kill much easier. And now, all of a sudden, Koi will rotate, but there are a couple of defenders here for Thieves.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult to hit this bomb down if you don't have top secret control,
for real.
just like the last title. Abeezy is going to get one. Neum gets the second. Numbers Thieves.
Yeah, that looked like a mental head case moment right there for Movistar. Koi looked like they were about to just be able to use the map however they want, but you're absolutely right. Trying to plant without any window control is so tough, even with the trophy system down. So now you're a 2v3 the other direction. Long wrap over through well. Hydra the first one to sprint through. Kleenex up to get one, but Insight gets taken care of. Kleenex now by himself. Smoke behind him. 30 seconds. He does have the bomb, can reset here against Hydra.
Just trying to play the mind games. Hydra's going to work all the way back to his spawn. Just going to kill the noise, potentially cause some doubt, but Hydra's not going to be fooled.
No, he's coming back over to A. At least for now. And now as Kleenex tries to make the play, Hydra's going to check, find the easy kill. Thieves are up 2-0.
Once those mid-round adjustments start to come on in, Thieves never looked back. It was 4 rounds in a row from 100 Thieves. All of the adjustments, the rookie continuing to get lost, continuing to make plays, and Hydra finding so much success in that first blood category. It was too difficult for Koi boys to try to at least stop the bleeding there because the Thieves were so spectacular in the teamwork aspect of the game, so efficient on a map that they usually don't play a lot. And now they're up 2 in a 4-game series potentially.
You've got to trust the protocols you've got in other maps, knowing how you counter aggression, how you set yourself up to play for trades in a late game situation. And Thieves do it pretty much perfectly after the back and forth affair that we had early. 3 rounds in a row to finish. Unreal stuff for Thieves. Consistent as they could ever possibly be, which is just so refreshing considering the stunned reaction we all had at what happened in finals.
Yeah, just shouldn't have gone down like that for the Thieves lineup. They were one of the top teams that we had in the game, and you just had a bad weekend of Call of Duty. But for enough about that, EDBC is a different tourney.
That's right. We've got the club championship, and Ginny has got an update for us.
Heartbreak for AGAL here over at the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet. This was HOK, their promised game, their title, and they were so close to closing it out, yet fell short at the very end. KG Gaming are the one who takes it, and that gives them 1,000 club championship points, which means that for now, AGAL will stay stuck in that number 2 slot. There are still
matches going on. For example, Tekken 8 happening and finishing later today as well. They have the opportunity of making it to the final, of winning it, as there has been a lot of discourse about the recent player that they have picked up. But for AGL, as flawless as their run was here at EWC for HOK 2026, it was not enough for them to be able to close it out and get those club championship points. But I gotta say, congratulations to KG. They fought for it, they pushed them to their limits, and they took it all the way to the 7 maps before they were able to close it out.
Yeah, we've got a lot of tournaments going on all at once. And for Kaisho Gaming, I think they're the team that was expected to just run through that tournament.
They went to a game 7?
Yeah, I guess it was maybe a little overconfident, Jay.
They're icy, I guess, like Neum a little bit, right?
Hey, we got a little bit of that going on. Welcome to the caster desk.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you guys all weekend long. Let's kind of talk through where we're at, though, with our series, because for Thieves, again, the questions coming in were notable. The questions coming in were merited. They put all doubt, though, aside based on what they did in the groups and now also what they're showing against Koi here today.
Yeah, I was still having questions in my mind if these were fully going to be back. Obviously, in that first series to start off this tournament, you win the Search and Destroy, but it was all the way in round 11.
Yeah.
It was a lot of individual plays. Then you go into your next matchup and you improve that Search and Destroy, clutch up in the game number 5 versus Optic. But we've always expected them to be fantastic at respawns.
That's right.
That was the best version of them in that Search and Destroy game mode because it was everyone providing their 25. And when you needed superhero plays, they also came too.
Absolutely the case. And that's, I think, what we get to. And we've seen this. We saw this last year at DWC. We even saw this in the first year, but I think even more so last year, where we get to the end of the regular season of the CDL, we get to the championship moment, and you're like, okay, what is EWC going to give us? Wouldn't you know it, the teams that were just outside the top 4 are playing the best COD that they had all year long. And we're getting that from Koi in a lot of ways. I know that the map count right now would lead you to believe otherwise, especially considering the score. But like we talked about, through the first 2 rotations on Den, Koi were making all the right reads, all the right moves, just not able to quite win out the moments to give them a commanding position to dominate the hills the same way that Thieves were.
Yeah, and it's tough, man, because that's your bread and butter. Like, that's the map that you're usually banking on because you know you were Team B in this series. The later half of this series, all those maps are going to be heavily in favor of the Thieves players. So you quickly have to answer into this one. You can't go down 0-3. This Gridlock Overload coming up next needs to be a lock for Koi.
Absolutely. And you have to keep in mind that it's not just Thieves playing at some of their best COD right now in the year. They're also making incredible adjustments. You talk about, first and foremost, Abizi's 0-3 to start this map off, getting first blooded a couple of different times. We talked about how Koi were playing with a certain level of aggression, having not shown any film on this map, that was likely keeping Thieves a little bit off guard. They were trying to establish their own type of assertion, not working out. Then all of a sudden, you kind of hit with different numbers. You're worth trading first bloods out, if not earning them freely yourself. And that changes the dynamic around the entirety of how this map was played out.
Without a doubt, because Thieves started to step up their aggression. And when you step up your aggression, that means you're not waiting 45 to 50 seconds to gain your first piece of info on that round. No, you're getting it in the first 10 to 15 seconds. So it allows you to make plays a whole lot quicker. And they have just been outstanding, especially in these closing couple of rounds. This is one of those rounds where Koi gets the first blood.
Yeah.
You're thinking, all right, we should have fence control. We have their plat. But we've known this for quite some time. This is not the first time you play Hacienda. It's extremely impossible to get that bomb planted without top secret window. So that was the priority there for the Thieves. Even with Scrap falling at plat, we still have a chance at closing out the round, and it was the SMGs that got it done.
Yeah, it almost felt like Koi in that round were anticipating that because we haven't shown anything beyond the initial first blood, they're thinking we're wrapping this back over to B, so we're just going to gamble stack with the trophy. Not the right call. Series stats coming through here for Hydra and Neum. They have been leading the way right now for Thieves. 1.19 series KD for Hydra, but again, Neum just continues to do the dang thing. 1.46 through 2 maps, and he's going into his connoisseur map of Overload coming next.
Oh yeah, he's the MVP right now of EWC, no question. Every single time you have questions of the young rookie, he provides answers. And now Koi needs to provide a heavy answer here on this Gridlock. You cannot go down OD versus this Thieves roster. You need to try to build some momentum. This is a map that you went all the way to distance versus FaZe not too long ago. You lost it in overtime, but the reason why you got there is because Abe was providing that slaying with this NPC.
Yes.
It's not about how you start a series, it's about how you end the series, but he needs to implement himself into this series.
Yeah, I like that comm. I think especially with the slow start on Hardpoint, even though he was fine in the Search and Destroy, you have to have a moment that we've seen throughout this weekend. from Abe. Here we go. Let's lock back in. Gridlock overload, 2-0 up in the series in this best of 7 for Thieves. And Abe will be the first one forward in the middle of the map. Lots of damage coming through by Nate's kids able to find the first blood. And Abe wants to try to pounce behind that, but Scrap shuts him down. And a follow-up comes through as well. 100 Thieves will own the bus for now.
All of them in map control. And so far, Koi in an uncomfortable spot. Kleenex is going to play the timing, and that's going to work out for a double kill. So that's going to send in Abe for kill number 3. EMP should now be picked up. You should be working over towards this A point.
Looking like they're going to make that move happen. Hydra tagged, held on for a moment through square. Nice stun coming through for Abe to slow down the reinforcements. Plus the damage onto the end, but Hydra's back off the regen. He's able to find himself 2. Not quite able to get the 3rd. Inside able to score first.
A perfect sequence there from Koi. Take advantage, pressure advantage off of the 4 dead. It forces Thieves to be uncomfortable off the respawn. A score in the first 45 seconds. Now puts the pressure here on Thieves to make something happen. SMG's trying to work the long routes, and you're going to take the risk. You're going to bite the bullet, and this is going to be a juke move. We're going B.
Yep, Kleenex, though, possibly able to play a bit of a cutoff. Also has to watch his back. Trades come through. Neum, the first one forward as the lead blocker. Hydra still playing up top of the overpass. This is not a comfortable position for the EMP to be. Needs help. Not really going to get a lot of it. Hydra now has to back on up. Again, just showing different pressure, but the spawn for Thieves will keep them looking towards B for now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, all right, if you guys get a spawn over towards that A street, we're going to wrap it back through Ice Cream, but everyone over towards the showers, we're going to commit with our numbers. First 2 kills go their way. Abe trying to stop them. A Kleenex team kill isn't going to help, and that's going to lead to the Thieves tying it up.
Yeah, Scrap's going to have a hard time exiting from this position, but the more space and time he creates, the more opportunity that Thieves can come off spawn and be right back in the middle of the map. But Kleenex finds Scrap. Kips finds Hydra the first one forward. Now Abe in another position to play forward. He has to do the dirty work. He's able to find the first. How long can he finesse and play his life? Really good routing here. Almost gets a chance to take the fight versus Easy, but on the other front, I was going to say maybe a chance for Koi to overwhelm Scrap, but he finds one. Hydra follows up, and the EMP stuck at showers.
Yeah, if Kleenex wins that one-on-one there versus Scrap, that leads to a score there for Koi because Abe was doing exactly what it needs to do. Calls a distraction on the opposite side to give you the advantage on the opposite. But now 2:40 left to go on the half. Still all tied up. Battle for showers control. Abizi almost locates kill number 3, but the pinch from Hydra should be able to clean up the rest.
Doesn't find the first, but knows exactly what the job was meant to do. That's find both. And he will at least take down the second. Help on the way from Abizi. That's going to work out. That's going to be 4 dead, but the EMP has reset back over to mid. Koi, we're going to have a split spawn situation. These 2 from the front need to do this. Yep, get the clearance, and they will. Kleenex will find both. Neum with the EMP, but doesn't have a route yet.
Yeah, Neum just wants to force the COD players to think I'm going one place, but we're actually going the other. Everyone committing up through the A street. Inside trying to at least stall our time for the teammates to get here. And you have applied a much pressure over towards the backside of 18, but that 1 kill should slow everything down.
That sure has. Neum now stuck. Trying to take the fight forward. Able to find a kill. That's actually huge to open up maybe a route, but Abe on the backside has found another. 2v2, trying to force this score. Hydra's able to get 1. It's just down to the last member standing at inside, and he's trying to take the first.
No way!
Does not anticipate the first run from Neum, and 100 Thieves will get their second score.
And Neum sitting at 4 and 8, but 2 of those kills came with the EMP in hand just now. Stalls out enough time for Hydra to eventually implement himself into that play. Leads to score number 2. Now 1:20 left to go. Abe trying to get lost. He needs his teammates to retrieve this EMP, but he loses that key one-on-one. And now all of the map control in favor of Thieves.
Oh, Scrap has insight low. Hydra right there to follow up behind it. So again, damage continues to get confirmed for kills. Scrap will look at the EMP and pull it back around as Abizi is all the way up and over to bus stop. And if you're Koi, I don't think he would anticipate it being here, but you still find the kill nonetheless. Long pinch on the way from Abe. You need to hold these eliminations from the front if you can, though, because Hydra is just trying to do it himself. Backside 18, shut down by Inside, and now Abe can be the forward blocker.
Inside's going to retrieve the EMP. And if Abe falls, we're going to start to work that rotation. You got Kips trying to work his way through showers. He's able to get the better of Scrap, so even with 30 seconds left, Movie Star Koi are thinking we're going to be the team with the last chance at getting a score. Going to commit through showers, but the NPCs are always hitting for the Thief. They shut it down again.
He finds Hydra, route being developed by BZ. Inside aware that this could be a potential, but gives it up at the wrong moment. Still able to finesse a little bit longer, though. No trade, though, onto a BZ means that this last 9 seconds is still up for grabs in terms of the EMP. Kleenex trying to clear out the showers. Can he get a finger on this device before The time expires. May not make much of a difference because you still have a full setup here if you are Thieves. Kip's able to collect it and get out. So one more chance, 25 seconds.
Yeah, but his teammates have to now commit through showers. The rotation back towards the opposite point is going to be out of play here with only 20 seconds left. You see the way the Thieves are set up. Everyone banking on the push coming from this angle.
They get the first on the scrap. Trophy systems are down. Inside, not able to get Neum. Follow-up trade is there. But Abe has to just body block with the pistol. You got to try to get your way through. Trades come out. Thieves will hold.
Great first half from both teams. Thieves, though, with the perfect response. And again, even though Neum is not popping the most kills in this map, the fact that he's able to get score number 2 the way that he did, it's insane to see the amount of big-time plays he is making in just one series, and we're only on map number 3. 5 more minutes until you potentially are up 3-0 in the series. Koi got to bounce.
Yeah, they really, really need to put something special here on the break-off. Because it still feels like these are controlling how this map is being played right now. Here we go. Here's the break-off. Double hit on this flank for 100 Thieves. EM has fallen over towards A, so that will hold back the aggression of Easy just making sure the cut stays safe. And they'll send Hydra on the delayed pinch. Being watched, Abe, very well done, wins that gunfight. You also have 1v1 happening over towards A. Gunfights all over the map right now. And if Easy and the rest of the Thieves are going to win just about every single one of them, Kleenex is trying to stall as much as he possibly can, but Scrap gets the trade. Almost able to pull the EMP off the bus, but we'll stay in a neutral fight.
Yeah, so I just needed to keep that EMP safe and sound. That was a sequence there that Thieves could have potentially took advantage of with a clean 4 dead, but still battling for this mid map, and now waiting for Hydra to work on the same exact pitch he did off of the break-off. You're not going to account for it this time around, or are you? Kips was going to be ready for it, but he gets one, and now he gets out.
Oh, but Abe just kind of on a bit of a turntable right there. Just spins, gets a little bit of damage, then turns and still finds a Beezy. So now you've got numbers to push forward, deal with Scrap. He's able to get one, which will slow down the play.
Big gunfight at A.
He's having a tough time getting the EMP initially. But like you call, over towards A. Kips is trying to be the forward blocker. He's able to win the first gunfight, but shut down immediately by Scrap. That'll keep the focus for Movie Star Koi over towards Spawns. Spawns are all the way out towards A, but if Easy will find both critical kills to stop the score.
Yeah, you needed a safety net there because those spawns are all the way at the 18 wheeler, so it was all on Abe to get it done. Pops the double, now turning defense into offense. You got one player in Abe who's completely out of the play, so Thieves can just send it with the numbers.
He's got to move quickly, and Hydra's watching the pitch. He loses the gunfight, though, but that's just a go call for Thieves. They have to try to make their way through. Kleenex will fall. Anyone else going to be able to get the shots in? Not in time. Scrap able to get past the portal, find himself a 3-1 lead.
That's another situation when you understand how to press your advantage. We just got the opening kill. Someone just shot my teammate in the back. It's a 3v2 in front of us. Even though we have one player with a pistol, we are going to commit. Now a 2-score lead here for the Thieves. Koi, though, looking for a quick response. Abe trying to do exactly what he did last time, but he gets cut down.
Yeah, but Abe's going to have to do a lot more than this. He's already found 4. That's skill number 5. Up and over, just looking for information. Has no more in front. Lots of damage comes through. Kleenex with to find a kill. That should lead to a second score for Koi, unless if Easy has an angle. Not fully. 3-2 the count. Still plenty of time as we enter the bottom of the second.
2.5 left on the half. Abe watching the OE. Off the respawn comes Kips to clear out the ice cream side, but your teammates with the SMGs are turning and burning onto everyone on the side of the Thieves. That is going to be all 4 dead. The tissue is an issue, and Movistar Koi looking to tie it up.
I mean, Kleenex is sitting there watching Abe's kill feed saying, all right, brother, let's get this thing going. What a spark that is. 3-3. Kips watching the pitch for 1. And he knows Hydra's sitting somewhere up top, and the SMGs are waking up for Koi. They still have Thieves in a trap. Should be an easy route here for Kips. As long as Koi just stay alive and keep 100 Thieves in arm's reach, it's going to be a 4-3 game. Koi all over it.
What a sequence there from Movistar Koi. 3 scores in a row. Gunfights you're not supposed to win. And now the pressure is on the Thieves, boys. 1:35 left here on the half. Left here on the game. Abizi gets a trade, but Abe finds it.
Yeah, that's big. Shuts down the play over to Showers. Hydra in the corner. Good help from Neum. And Thieves are saying, not so fast. Nade over the top. Hydra trying to sneak into top. Grandma's not going to work out. Scrap has an angle here, but he's getting cornered. He will fall. Through mid-map, Neum finds one. That
trying to get out.
The Koi defense, but they are hunting the EMP. Insight right behind, able to find the elimination.
No one's there.
Nobody home, but Insight may not recognize that. Does he get around the corner in time? No, not fully. Kip's behind the play. Gonna track behind this push to A. Defense will get set up.
Yeah, they're going to commit now.
Have to.
With Kip's putting out shots, even though he's going to take care of Neum towards the back line, we know we still technically have a 3v3 in front of us, but Insight wins a massive one-on-one. They are matching the pressure of the Thieves. Everyone is whipping out the NPCs. Abizi trying to locate kill number 3. It's a one-on-one.
He's going to come around the back. Abizi! 4 in a row. He's got the EMP. He's going to get it in for the tie. Unbelievable from Abizi. Kip's able to get an exit. 28 seconds until we go overtime. Can anyone get back over to the EMP? Coyer still cleaning up their spawn. Nia making that difficult. And now it's just a battle for Bus.
We got to take care of Kleenex. And thankfully, Hydra gets Call of Duty timing to go his way. 10 seconds remaining on the half. Hydra pops a double. Insight with the EMP just needs to get back to his team.
Grab chasing damage out. Shut down by Abe. He's fresh. Do they know Abizi's in the corner? They see the cross. Do you anticipate the player up close? Now they would. Nade cooked up. Kleenex able to find one, and the Nade will connect for the other. You've got a chance to run this. Kip's is cutting off the middle of the map. It's just down to Scrap. Trophy system. Abe able to find the kill. Abizi in the back, and only able to get one. Yes, we're going extra.
And that is such a good trophy to get placed down there from Scrap. But an even better stun grenade over the top from someone off of the respawn. Tac mass is phenomenal in the game mode like Overload. But you don't have it there in that final push. Koi do everything to almost walk away with the map. But in the final 30 seconds, Abizi pops 4 and ties the game. We're going into OT.
Unbelievable out of Tyler Abizi. As if he heard Benjay Nassim say, "You're going to call me out, Benjay?
Are you kidding me?
Get back on the watch party." Oh, mercy. What a play from Abizi. Extra time. And if you're Koi, the last team you want to face off a break off on Overload is Thieves.
Because you know Hydra's going to hit some kind of route that could potentially catch you off guard, but it's Kip's trying to work his way through Ice Cream. Scrap is going to be able to meet him, but Hydra finds the opening. He's just going to commit through.
He's got help. You wouldn't anticipate that Abizi's also here. So as long as Scrap can stay alive, there may be a chance to score here. But that neutralization will keep the EMP static in the middle of the map. And a nice follow-up here from Kips allows Abe to actually play a little bit forward with an M15. He may be able to hold down this 100 Thieves respawn.
And they're going to push him right through mid. So it's going to be 2 players for the Thieves potentially playing defense, and they get the opening kills. So now Kips needs to provide finesse. All of his teammates are dropping like flies. Hydra is trying to clean up the final, but it's going to be Scrap with that SPC to shut him down. And now you're going to try to work your way up through P, but this is a massive one-on-one through the middle of the map.
Yeah, Kleenex just, wow, dancing with the bus like it's his partner. Able to find 2. Neum trying to come back to the play. Kleenex still sliding, dancing, finessing, but Neum clean shots. Gives Thieves a chance to possess.
They got it out. Abizi's already the lead blocker. This timing gunfight is everything. He finds the opening onto Kips. Now it's just the floodgates, and you also have Scrap working a pinch.
Oh, but Kleenex, he's able to find one. He's got help. List enough to stop the EMP in its track, but Scrap is still alive. 1v1. No, not quite. Kleenex again coming up big. 35 and 27. Koi in control.
And do not want to fight it over towards this A Street side. Let's wrap it back over towards Showers. Already a minute and a half wiped away in OT. Hydra takes care of the late pinch. Now you know they have to commit up through the front side, but Neum finds kill number 2. Now you got to retreat back.
Oh, but they don't anticipate the Hydra play with such space through middle. Abe able to find one. Big gunfight here versus Scrap. Pushes him off. Kips right there to help out. Shots over the middle of the map. Able to track down Neum. That's all 4 dead. Staggered spawn for Hydra puts him in position to defend the B point. The EMP is not fully there, but Abe, talk about coming up big. Puts a little distraction into play. Can you find a kill from the front, though? No trophy system here. Stalls out Koi.
Stuns and nades are not going to be your best friend. Neum's just going to fly on in and pop a double. Neum is able to find 3. You're going to turn defense into instant offense. Look at the spawns there from Koi. They're so far away.
You got to try to hit this cut. Neum coming back to the middle of the map. They don't anticipate this, but is that maybe a little bit too aggressive? No,
what a
move! It over to A, but Insight's there. Hydra will fall. Oh my gosh! What a call from Thieves to rotate it, and Insight comes up big.
That's insane. I thought that was the perfect play call, especially when you find the opening double, but it's Abe and inside with all 4. Another goal line stop, and now Koi on the attack.
Oh, and Kip sees Hydra on the cross. Wins the gunfight. That's 3 dead. You've got a wide open A site. It's all on the scrap. It's all on the scrap. Hydra was anticipating a play back over through mid. Stuns Nate, still landing. No trophy system. This time it gets through. Koi with the advantage.
It took quite some time there in that OT for them to get that score. But what a massive stop there from Insight and Abe. Because it was every single kill. You looked at the kill feed. It was all lit up in blue. You're thinking, all right, this is Thieves up 1-0. Koi have to have the response. But the perfect counterattack. And I think Neum over towards the shower side actually allows one player to walk on by him, banking on his teammates to win those gunfights off the spawn, but they don't. And then by the time he tries to retract back to his spawn, it's way too late. And now you got to beat the clock. Under 2:58 to try to get this one done.
That is a lot of time, though. Here comes the break-off attempt. Hydra's going to play forward, looking for quick control. They're going to grab, pull, come back, find a second elimination. Uh-oh. Koi now in some trouble. Big win there from Showers. Abizi, Abe, trying to beat each other over to the other side. This could possibly lead to the score. Do you get in? No, not quite. And Insight comes big again. Huge double from JB Craven. And Koi able to pull the EMP back.
You can always count on the vet to put himself in a position to make the big time play. And now just trying to keep this EMP as far as you can away from these players. You're going to try to work it up through A Street. Play the mind games. Try to fight this wave of gunfights, but Scrap gets the better of Insight.
Go Chow came through. Able to get the trade. Pressure still here, though, from Thief for the Pine 3. Insight will spawn up into place.
He's the only one.
Again.
He's the only one.
Thieves, are they going to try to go back the other way? Not this time. Abizi able to find the last little slide. And Thieves take the map in extra time on the stopwatch.
There's just something about overtime and gridlock that hasn't been clicking for Koi this weekend. You do what you need to do. You get the early stop. You bring it back. You force the Thieves to be the aggressors. But it's just something about them. When they have those NPCs, gunfights just seem to be a little bit easier. You find 3 kills, with the first one being the EMP carrier. Everyone tries to keep him safe. Everyone loses those one-on-ones. And the only one that gets the close spawn in it is Insight. But that is just way too much to handle in that scenario. Koi fought as much as they could. But regardless, Thieves take the map, and now they're up 3.
Unreal. Not great news here for Koi, looking at an 0-3 tally. Oh, what a map, though. What a series this has been. You know, the score is still going to look a little bit more favored towards Thieves, but Koi are giving it every possible effort. It's just when it matters most, in those critical moments, be it at the end of a hardpoint rotation, at the end of a search and destroy round, or here in overtime on overload. Thieves are coming with that little extra special sauce to ice up and clean up. This is insane from Abizi.
Yeah, he just can't get away with murder like this. You lose track of him, and in the process, Kleenex also picks up that EMP.
On accident, I think.
So that puts away the NPC, and that's not the right weapon for the occasion. Unbelievable series so far here from 100 Thieves. And I know Nate Shot's got to be smiling from cheek to cheek with the way that they're performing.
Insane stuff. Thieves fans got to be vibing in the venue. We got none other than Ian Chambers with some Thieves boys.
I think he threw to me. I don't know. It's so loud down here. I'm with the 100 Thieves fans. It's a 100 Thieves party right now. As you can imagine, one map away from the semifinals. What's your name, brother?
Joey.
Joey, you're from Chicago, right?
Yes, sir. From Chicago.
You must be feeling good. Are you going to clutch this up?
Oh, 100%. Not even a doubt in my mind.
Why are they playing so well? What's going on?
I mean, we got Hydra, we got Scrap, we got everybody. We got the Rookie of the Year. We're in Paris for Hydra. Come on. There's no way.
What's your name, man?
Trent.
Trent, talk to me about why you are going to win this thing.
We're the best team in the world, obviously, and they called us a hoodie org, but look at the score for every game.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Come through here. What's your name?
Tiana.
Tiana. Who's your favorite player on Thieves and why?
Scrap, because he's just a fucking goat.
Yeah! I think that this guy agrees. Bring your sign forward. You say. I want to see what this sign says. Can you just show it off and why have you written this?
I mean, Scrap just fathers them every single time they play. So, I mean, it's pretty well said.
Did you guys see the heated exchange between Scrap and Insight all week?
Moi, je suis français déjà et j'aime bien la rivalité. Franchement, elle pète sa mère. Et en plus, ce qui est bien, c'est que Scrap, il lui a dit c'est moi qui t'ai fait, c'est moi qui t'ai donné ta carrière avec Toronto. Et là, il est en train de me déchirer.
Oui. Manavik, have you seen the back and forth between Scrap and Insight?
Oh, 100%.
What's your message to Insight?
I mean, Scrap's your dad, dog. I'm sorry. It's over.
All right, we're going back in one more time. Make some noise for 100 Thieves. Can they clutch up and close this out?
Well, again, they just keep coming through when it matters most. That's been the big story, at least in this particular series. And you could even echo what had happened yesterday when they were playing up against, or 2 days ago when they were playing up against Optic. Clean stuff to this point, and it's still looking at Nia, man. Unbelievable.
He's just controlling the pace of the game in every single game mode. He continues to shine with the lights on the brightest. And now you're one map away from guaranteeing your spot on Championship Sunday. You know that these players desperately want to have it, especially with just what just happened a couple weeks ago. But if you are COI, this is where you look at your vets. You know, your backs are against the wall. You've been in situations like this before. It's one map at a time. It's one mode at a time. It's one hill at a time. And it has to start here on Hasi.
And this is another one of those question marks. Kind of a rubber band map right here because we really haven't seen anything really from either team. And we saw it at Champs from Thieves. They got blown out of the water on it. And maybe that's what kind of spurs COI to say, maybe we should work on that a little bit, talk it over and edit into the pool because they have not played it at all. So here we go. Fresh face for Movistar COI on Hacienda Hardpoint. Battle for the rooftops. Likely the first instance of gunfights, but they don't actually come through it. Instead, it's just going to be a hard hit around the back. 8 cleanups for the first 2. Hydra will drop. And COI will have the opportunity to get into Fountain.
And that is the perfect way to play the P1 initially from the bad side. You don't want to be the team to just slide in towards the hard point and give up all of the access towards the hallway. So you send 3 players over through rocks. You win every single fight. You instantly flip the spawns on its head. But this is what these have been doing ever since that map number 1. When you think you're in a good situation, the SMGs just push you back and put you in a bad spot.
Oh, nicely done. Abe really heating up since that first map. Gets the 3 in a row before being shut down. Kleenex stopping the rotation over to 2. Has to respond to this play over into Spiral, though, and Kips will throw a lot of shots down. Stun to follow up. Should be able to get the chance to reload. He's also got help nearby. Good rotation here from COI.
And they need to lock this one down. Not going to have any trophy systems, but Insight is going to be the guy doing the dirty work, watching the OE, assisting his teammate through bottom lobby. So technically, this is already the first push being shut down. All of the Thieves now have to commit through the front.
Yeah, head on a swivel right there for Insight. 1 well, 1 Spiral, 1 back fences. Beautiful. But again, COI just a little bit further back into this hill than you would have anticipated, considering they got a staggered 3 dead. Abe now has to get the regen, pop back up, able to find 1 damage out of the second. Insight not quite able to follow up, and that is really quick and maybe a little too easy from Thieves Spray.
It's just extremely hard to hold down this P2 here in Black Ops 7 compared to Black Ops 6 because that rotisserie with the car on it, it's extremely difficult with an AR to hit those shots, and you still don't have any trophy systems in play. So Thieves just use their attacks to break through the front door. They are going to lose those spawns over for the P3. They're going to take a 10-point lead, but you would gladly take that if you were COD fully set up at new.
Well, here we go. Once again, same story. COI able to set themselves up on Roto. Thieves looking to break, already finding an opportunity to play up top. And in this moment, why not? We'll do a little comms check with 100 Thieves.
I'm stunning her. Let's go back in. I'm blocking the front. I'm blocking the front. I'm blocking the front. This one deep. Alright, they're spawning secret. Yo, top close already. Nothing. You. 1 shot. 2 and you. 1 right back to mid. Close right then. You to mid. Even you. And you. I'm going out deep. They're in the back. Stay alive, Ernie. Stay alive. How many get you? Outer fence. Outer fence. 1 team. Nice. Outer fence. I'm nading inside outer fence. Yo, rotate, boys. Big fucking hill. Yeah. I didn't nade him on the fence. I'm going mid, okay?
Go on top. I'm jumping up open. Just wait, tell me, ready?
Try to jump on top.
I'm watching your left. Just watch.
Yo, I knew. Our side.
Check close. Phoenix.
I'll see him open.
Phoenix, one shot close.
I'll see.
Phoenix. Yeah, one more. Let's get close. Let's get close.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Yo, we have to go. Save me that.
Nice. Yeah, they come on the back of hold. Most of them.
One combo. I'm gonna shoot in front, okay?
I'm gonna go get our closed, okay?
Yo, what's front? What's your front Phoenix?
I see nothing closed.
Don't die, Jay. Don't die. I will.
Yo, what's top flat? Top flat going closed, okay? Yeah, I'm just getting back to the hill.
Yeah, Charlie.
Top open on me. Top open. Save me dead. One more top open. Last guy, our side open.
We blocked you.
I know.
Well, you heard the comms. This was an important hill to scrap in the Thieves, and they are coming away with just about all of it. 30 seconds left to fight.
And this is exactly why, because you know as soon as that P4 starts, those trophy systems start to come into play. You get there early with early numbers advantage. It's going to give you the advantage in the gunny to be the last one standing. You have yet to break in towards this time. If you are Koi, you don't have any angles to work with. You are basically going to forfeit a full 60 and have a tall ladder to climb into the second set.
I mean, look at Hydra just playing so far out from the hill because, of course, he can. If Easy's right there to shut down things through the cut. Oh, man. Niam's also on 5 in a row, has a Hellstorm earned. 108 plays 54. Another one of those rotation of sets of hills where you look at Koi, you say you're doing a lot of the right ideas. You're just not able to get that next layer established and get some good time.
And now you are playing with the leader's advantage if you are Thieves. Hydra still finessing over towards the rock side. That's going to be another 3 dead in sequence. You get the info onto Kips, but if you are Mobistar Koi, you got to get him out of Fountain.
Yeah, you do. Draft able to find one.
Oh my goodness.
Found the trigger to get a second, and now he's got Kleenex in his sight, but in that moment, Koi come away with 3. Hydra, the last one
Spawn
standing,
flip.
14-7 with the spawn flip. You've got the opportunity to do whatever you want right now if you're Thieves.
Oh, but that's a big one-on-one. They're secure from Abe onto Abizi. It's going to give you the advantage that you want over towards the B2, and this one should go a little bit different because you have trophy systems that can help you in this scenario. Inside with a massive one-on-one secures the front. Now you're going to read the pressure if you are Kleenex towards the back line, and he's able to pop a double. So already the first wave shut down.
A full 60 relieves all faults from Koi to this point. Would get us right to about a tie game. And that's why Niam's going to call him the Hellstorm. He knows that the pressure is going to be a little more difficult to get through. That's very true. You really don't have anyone in a position to move in from the front. This Hellstorm is just going to try to keep them inside for now. He's able to get one. Hellstorm lands. Kips and Abe still holding from the corner. Here comes the stuns, the nades, all of it starting to land. Last player left alive is Kleenex. That might be the only player you really need. Niam trying to step in, and Kleenex able to find 2. Hold from Koi.
You will gladly take that. You were extremely happy to see that Hellstorm get called in and get absolutely nothing from it. Because this has been a perfect response. Basically a full 60 hold to keep yourself into the game. You're going to forfeit this final 10, and this is a perfect chance to do so because these now have those back spawns, and you can beat them to the punch at new.
Kleenex does stay alive, actually, for a little bit longer than what it looked like on that rotation back to office. Abe's going to have his gun up. Hydra hitting from the front, already taking damage, able to get both. So now Hydra's the last one standing. He's just trying to play his life, drawing outside the lines. Oh, but doesn't get back inside the lines in time. Will die from staying outside the map too long. Kleenex shuts down the play from the front, guns up towards the back.
And they have all of these angles being watched. Inside is not going to get caught slipping. Abe is playing the timings over towards top plat, but Inside loses that gunfight. It's now going to force Abe to make the play. Only able to take down one. You lose the back spawns, and you're surrounded if you are Gibbs. How much time can he stall?
Doing a nice job. He's got a trophy system to keep him tucked and safe, able to get most of his health back on the regen. Now the follow-up from Kleenex is here, able to find one. He's got a low health pool on Hydra, but can't quite finish the food, and now rotate. Good help coming through. 15 seconds. Rotation on the way for both teams. It's going to be about 170 to 134 in favor of Thieves.
It's a race over towards noon. You know, Thieves still have at least one player at so it's 4 guns versus 3, and you start off the engagement with Kleenex finding 1.
But the problem is there's 2 trophy systems down, and that allows the defense around the rock to stay stable. Big wins right there for Thieves, trying to do what they did last time they were here and run away with this hill.
You desperately need to get a very quick break here, or this is basically going to call game. You have to work your way over through locker side. You have to push your way up through garage. But every single time you take a step, it's one of these SMGs pushing you back. Now it's Scrap's turn. Scrap and Hydra to lock it down.
Best is in, able to find one. Numbers now starting to build for Koi. Hydra in some trouble, will be shut down. Avizi going to follow up with DM, though. They still have angles to fight with. Kleenex able to get one, not snapping over for the second, but the hit from the side door from Kips. He's going to have to 1v2. He's found the first. DM, though, finessing off the regen. Going to get help from Hydra, and then all of a sudden, DM pushes out an extra lane. Unbelievable. 190, 134. Koi are scrambling, trying to do whatever they can with the numbers that they have.
They only are able to get this final 10 seconds if you find this trade on the scrap very cleanly. So it's still going to be a 50-point deficit. Thieves just want to play for a wave of kills before they even think about the objective, because it's not their objective to think about, at least for now.
Leader's advantage is a hell of a thing. And Abizi is waiting for his time to pounce around the back. Gets one for free. Scrap able to follow up with two. That's going to lead to more time here for Thieves. That nail coming down closer and closer on the coffin.
Yeah, and you can't win here at the P1, but look at all the space that's already being created with a clean 4 dead. You know exactly where the spawns are going to come in, so this is going to allow Hydra to work on some of these routes. Finds kill number 3 in a row onto Kleenex. Abizi across the map finds another. They keep on winning these sequences of gunfights, and this is not going to allow Koi a chance.
No, it's really not. Abizi able to find another. It's just there's never been a moment throughout this hill where Koi can get all 4 players involved. Not even up at the same time, really. It's just staggered spawn after staggered spawn. Someone's going to have to pop a double. Kips, Abe trying to work on the early rotation, but Kips will fall. Abe has to make a play through bottom spiral. It's being watched. Last effort here. Insight and Kleenex, the long-standing Koi duo. Can they find a way to hold back the Thieves? So far, it's not looking all that great. Trophy system does get down. Opportunity to still flood this one more time from the front.
Yeah, you got to commit through the front. No longer have to be hidden, and everyone that commits at the front door gets gunned down. You lose the back spawns for at least one player, but Abe is already going to be red. Abizi can't locate him, and now you're going to be pinched up.
Yeah, it's just the deficit of the scoreboard is just maybe a little bit too wide right there. You have to play perfectly. And you're still seeing that even throughout these little fights that are happening in the front side of P2, it's allowing Thieves a chance to come back into the fight one more time. Abe in the corner, waiting for his chance. Thieves taking a patient approach here with only 18 seconds left. Careful here. You lose all these gunfights, you're going to spawn behind. You're going to get a lifeline here to Koi.
Without a doubt. And how do Thieves decide to play this? Are they going to commit for this final 10 seconds just to get closer and closer to the 250? They're going to walk away with the final 5. So depending on the pressure, where is Kleenex going to spawn? All the way at old. So you're going to give yourself the advantage with an extra gun in the occasion. But it's the pinch coming in from Hydra. Abizi from the top. Here come the NPCs.
Yeah, they clear out office and patio, the position that you want. Kleenex coming back over to the play, able to find 2. Looking for one more up top of the pistol, not able to find the full damage out. Abe holding through 10. He needs to get one more around the back. He gets a little look at Abizi. Shots are through, but Abizi comes out and ego chows him and puts him in the dirt. Kips with the follow-up. The trade is in, but the gunfight on the hard point goes the way of Thieves. Now you're scrambling back. At least for Koi, they will have the numbers, and they're going to move the spawns around.
Hold on now. I'm not going to lie. Koi are starting to do every little thing that's necessary for potential comeback here on Hasi. Only 20 seconds remaining. Thieves are still going to commit a full force at this old time. You still have a chance at winning. You only need 13 seconds, but if Koi can chain a wave of kills and then win this rotation, they have a chance because Thieves can no longer win here.
Oh, DM able to get one on the exit, but now it's just about what Kips can do with Abe. The 2 new guys on the squad. Scrap able to find the first. Abe has to hold his life as long as humanly possible. Trophy system down and then deleted. Help is here from Insight. Here comes the formation from Thieves. All of it largely from the front. DM's working on a long route, but Abe is going to try to push out. Abe able to find 2. You could push out Hydra here, but he's holding a nasty head glitch. So he's going to hold off for just a moment. And now it's up to Neum. The long play around the back could win the game.
And Abizi finds the opening frag. So this is going to force the head of Abe to turn around and give the opening to Neum. You have them surrounded. The break is good, and this might be it.
It's got to be Kips. It's just got to be Kips. He's got to find a way to make something happen. He's going to go off his side. This might not be allowed to happen. There's not enough time on the clock to make this come through. All the guns are up, and Thieves are going to take the map and the series.
An outstanding series there from 100 Thieves. Every single map so efficient with the teamwork aspect of the game. Even on maps that they usually don't find themselves playing on. You went down early, but that teamwork, the game plan, everyone being on the same page, you were able to rally back 2 on that Hasi search and destroy, followed up on that gridlock overload. And then in both of the hard points, you just did the fundamental aspect of the game just a little bit better. You brought your slaying presence from start to finish up this series, and it's a clean 4-0 to move on to Champ Sunday.
What a heads-up play from Diem, too. One of many that he had throughout this entire series.
And it helps because Abizi found that opening frag grenade.
Absolutely.
If he does it, it doesn't force Abe to turn around. Abe has that one-on-one right in front of him, but once that kill goes down, the trade scenario goes down, and then the perfect pinch out of the perfect teamwork from Thieves.
Unbelievable stuff. So Thieves will punch their ticket to the semifinals. Koi will be eliminated. Their key will be destroyed. You got to give them some love, though. I mean, they played some great COD this weekend.
They did.
And I think that just revitalizes a couple of career lengths in particular for, I would say, all four. They all played great this weekend.
Yeah, they just ran into a different beast today. The only teams that Koi were able to beat this weekend were Carolina and C9. But the fact that they played FaZe so good, you were expecting more. That today was not the case.
Yep. Whether you call them Hydra or Hydra, lose on the main stage with Paco.
Thank you very much, guys. The French Phenom took down Koi here in Paris with a fashion. Hydra, welcome home. Welcome to the semifinals, of course. I imagine you must feel amazing. Bienvenue chez toi. Hydra, tu le vois, le public est très content de te voir gagner sur scène. Toi qui vis le rêve à l'américaine depuis 5 ans, qu'est-ce qui te manque le plus? Est-ce que ça fait du bien d'être de retour?
Ah, ça fait toujours du bien de jouer devant les Français, toujours.
Qu'est-ce qui te manque de temps en temps de la France?
De quoi?
Qu'est-ce qui te manque de temps en temps de la France en étant aux États-Unis tout le temps?
La bouffe, ça me manque.
What I'm missing from here is obviously the food, and it feels great, of course, to play in front of my fans. And back to English, because we have a bilingual player, of course, with me. I know that your teammate Scrap have been handling the trash talking on your side of 100 Thieves, but I'm not buying that he's the only one with a sharp tongue. So who else in the team can say little stuff usually, whether it's in scrims, officials? Tell me. Qu'est-ce qui trash talk dans ton équipe aussi?
Sûrement moi en vrai. Hein. Je te mens pas. Quand on scrim, je tape sur le bureau. Ça, quand ça m'énerve, etc. Après, pour les autres joueurs, j'écris un peu dans le chat, un peu. Je leur dis qu'ils puent la merde.
Ouais, classique finalement. So yeah, Scrap is definitely not the only one who has a bit of a trash talker soul in my team. Of course, I do it as well. I, slam the desk. I type sometimes in chat as well. Et moi, je voulais te demander, parce que j'ai vu une de tes interviews où tu disais que t'aimais bien être le vilain. T'aimais bien faire taire les arénas. Mais là, j'ai l'impression que tant que tu joues pas contre Gentlemate, le public est avec toi. Donc, est-ce que t'as envie de leur dire quelque chose? Because he likes to be the villain in those big arenas. But I feel like as long as he's not playing against Gentlemates, the Frenchies are going to root for you. So, do you want to tell them anything?
Je vous remercie de supporter les gars, ça fait toujours plaisir. Je vous remercie.
On pourrait croire que tu joues pour Gentlemates, frère. C'est quoi cette hype de dingue? And you deserve it, of course. Hydra, it's time. C'est l'heure du kick rush. Allez, on y va. C'est parti. Tu vas pouvoir exploser la clé. And then your first time.
My first time.
Ready for it.
Hein?
T'es prêt?
Je suis prêt.
Allez, let's go. He's gonna get it here in Paris, France. Hydra à la maison qui va renvoyer Koi à l'aéroport. Hydra caught all the fishes and he's gonna crush their tank here in Paris. 100 Thieves to the semifinals. For first time, that was pretty solid.
That was good.
Well, that was pretty good. I'm gonna work